Mamos Media. Atelena Modobe, Alafuna, Nene Bojan Sangarango, oh Nene, Afanabe Oslo, no.
You live on Mamos Radio
Media. It is Monday, 18th of January 2021. I am NENEH with a review of the nation's top headlines. Comedian expresses interest to run for president. A popular comedian, Kitabu Fati, a native of Jara District, Lower River Region, has expressed his interest in running for president in 2021. Speaking in a telephone interview with Mamos Media on Friday, Kitabu said it is his love for the country that has driven his ambitions to stake a claim on the nation's top seat. Kitabu said that the objective of his Progressive Development Party, PDP, is to tackle the challenges facing the nation from all walks of life. GRA collects over 11 billion revenue in 2020. Despite the impact of a deadly global pandemic COVID-19, the Gambia Revenue Authority GRA collected over $11 billion as revenue for 2020. This was revealed by the GRA's Deputy Commissioner General and Head of Domestic Tax in an exclusive interview with The Point at his office last Friday in Banjo. Barrow advised to replace ECOMIG with GAF. Mamadou Lamin Sidat Job, a respected former foreign minister and Gambian ambassador, has urged President Adama Barrow to entrust the country's security with the Gambia Armed Forces before the 2021 presidential election. In early 2017, the Gambia experienced the first democratic change of leadership since independence, ending 22 years of authoritarian rule of former President Yahya Jammeh. After weeks of political stalemate following presidential elections on the 1st of December 2016, when incumbent President Jammeh refused to accept electoral defeat, the West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS deployed troops to finally prompt Jammeh to leave the country as a way of getting him to respect the will of the people. Government to regulate real estate sector as buyers accuse companies of swindling them. The government of the Gambia has promised to regulate the real estate sector as buyers continue to accuse dealers of swindling them of their deposits. The sector remains unregulated as the country's legislations do not cover their operations. Musa Baji, a deputy permanent secretary at the Ministry of Local Government and Lands, said the government is working on a bill geared towards regulating real estate sector. Baji is hopeful before end of April 2021, the bill would be ready to be presented at the National Assembly for consideration. Real estate companies are registered the same way shopkeepers or stall owners register their businesses and let to operate without any regulations. Listeners, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, NENEH, for today's news review. Listeners, you live on Mamos Radio. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. We'll be back with the Mandinka news with Lamin Marong and the Wall of News with Azerbaijan. Please, we'll be.
Assalamu alaikum badingulum bali konton na turunal konton dimala anal badima la memadon bolka kiyaman sam felen dunta abela makang Mamos radi pumbala konda la kibaro mfutandale wati benkana wale sindalla bajanin kadum fonsi kafodu tentu ani molu men ya lonko ikan sempentu ya fana bela yoni kono tuide kam la kafuba be tentu la bakela duku kendola ani nena Mamos ya foundation no membe Gambia be kontona la duku kendola ani na duku la membe Gambia bantala ba folay ala barka baka la duku kendola se kibaro ko folo futandal ma janin kadum kibaro nyi famo kono ni watulu ko menketa kidapu fatiti comme yalon ko comedian olan Gambia afanan yala sulo itandi akalafta kake president candidate to in quarter final anu fanan GRA me yalon ko wala keta Gambia Tax Authority kafuba me yalon ko wala ka lempo kanin ko ni watulu kodo kanin me yalon ko mola kala tax ni menjo ya kanendro menke atara for 11 billion Gambian na kodo asiara wati anu fanan ya baro fanan yamari pour asi fereke pour ka ekomok sojarul men be jang prasi yolu yamfe Gambia sojarul sindi noto biring ngalon ko sign be tembo men to president membe je sign amanke kunu ya jamal wato so ya dani prasi falendro ke ay Gambia sojarul ta wala kala kantal lati genabita ekomok la sojarul tala bo ke baro fanan futandalma anu fanan ye masakunda ikobe fero lande kane ka jube men kedan estate company lti meni ya lonko ka korda wafo ka Gambia ko be fero la kane pour ka jiben ila doku nyalo pour ka falendi no nyamen kanto wato mo jamale la wosi itandi iko tapale ya membe ke kan ni nata keneku wafiro la Gambia bo kibaro fanan futatalam ni semen ketro ngadun kibaro nyi fango kungokro menketa comedianoti menketa kitabu fati be yalon ko comedian wala Gambia andum fanan mola me yalon ko darjeta bake abota jara mafon la menketa loveri wajinton ko abala kontano anala sulo akwabe hamela pour une carte finale membe gala 2021 pour kalo ka ke president candidate wote ani Mamos la kibarale kachake telefonoto ate Mr Fati anyim banke ako ngakano menka Gambia la banko nyinna wala ya tinna purkalo ka jeko si molu fasa no nyamen anu purka Gambia banko ka dema no nyamen ngina ya tinna akadanya suloti purkalo purkaje nga president ya sirawni purka nyine ade kitabu ngalonko mola ngalanka adarjeta bake anu ngala patinyin to wala Progressive People Party PDP anu ako ayalone Gambia banko ye sulo men kanin anu ngabe hamela la purke wura ka dokoke purka hadama dum la balunya andi la nyanto ka sonende nyamen Gambia banko nyin kan kibar bunda men safe wala mu Mamos la media te GRA me alon ko Gambia kafuba membe loring pour ka kanendro ke douanolu waranka kanendro ke lempulu la molka tax ni menjo e ko ya kanendro ni menke ni sango ni kono e atata la mensiata Gambia kodo 11 billion dollars e ko ngalon ne ko ni kuran jawbe kere menke la COVID-19 ti ay ku jamal ko le andi Gambia banko kan boro nyawnyang e do ko ni menke pour ka kanendro ke ka kodi kanengo nyinke me alon ko e kodo men kanen asiata Gambia kodo 11 billion Gambia kodoti ako ngalon ne ko ni watulu waran watul men tambita ka kanin droni menke ngalona ka futa aka hapuja lanka men kanin anu ngate menke de la nyaton koti ay kachanyi ke anun point la newspaper ni arjuma tambila amenke ta ko esa jaloti ako ye sasile pour ka kanin droni ke anun ka men kanin akatale Gambia kodo nun billion tan million keme say million tan say nin say wuli keme warawla an warawla dalasi tan say anin tan nanin kononto akoy ko la kanin anun niya jiben o sango anin yin sango e kanin dro menke atata kanya Gambia kodo billion tan anin killing million keme say anin tawrawla wuli keme kononto mo anin lulu wuli tan woro anin bududu tan kononto anin lulu ya wala kanin yin sango yin 2020 sango yin men tambita akoni yajibe tambeda hapo men lafata kan atata Gambia kodo billion killing million keme fula tan anin kononto wuli keme tan nani worowula dalasi keme fula tan anin woro anin bududu tan sei anin fula me ya lonko wala lafata e kakanin droni menke akoni nata jibe nin keme mu isafa lafata sidula tan anin worowula ko e hamo menke anin men lafata kan point la newspaper wala kibaro ni safe anun president baro fani nata yamari menketa Mohamed Lamin Sidat Job mola me yalon ko ay hormo soto bake anu nanda keta nu ministre le nu membe maralim bant la bankulu jokunyo ayala anu nanda keta ambassador fanantele nu akoy ngere sulolti be president baro ba yamarla pour asifero ke Gambia la contrôle menketa sojarolti pour asita ay ekomok ñu nembe jeten prayawul bonde ko ngalone nyin keta 2070 sango nyin kono ko ngalone mamang men do man keta num brinata ka nyatum ko falingo nyin kenu me alon ko mentata do malundroje malarula num sanyimo anu fula pour kana bondi anu ngalone o maral watu akata num wamen keta yaya jamete ako nyin keda nyo saba mulungu de faya loku nyunta biring carte fa nyin keda 2016 sango nyin kono o kola len inata te ya jam biraka de bondila afrika la sojarulu nada kaf nyoma pour kana ka forcer to bondi pour ka masakunda sinde men ya lonko mule carte fa wala pour ayke president ti banko ka men keda president barote an kibar buna men safa wala mo standard la newspaper te adun Gambia masakunda iko fana ye mulu lahidile iko be fero lande kane pour kaji ko menkeren estate company te waran estate sector me ya lonko walen mu kafuboliti waran company te mellota pour ka kordal wafe muluma iko fero be lande kane pour kaji be luwaju mala tamandila adu mole la wosida yitandile ko be tapale anyi membe kekan pour ni na korda wafo la Gambia banko nyin kan iko nyin fanna la ninata nyin koda wa fola dulala mi ya lonko imang je krosi bake luwa membeje amang sembo soto bake wala atine la fraka krosi roke ana musa baji mi ya lonko atleketa deputy permanent secretary la normal kote ako member minister member maraling banko la kunya la game banko nyin kan anu ayin foko ye dokulu be wala ke kan be intembo nyi mento pour ka silo landi anim labulu landi me ya lonko wala be korsuro kala ni nata korda sangola wan korda wafo la game banko kan ata mista baja ko ngaji kiko jani ba franyin april karoni menkana afadula in 2021 kono be luwal bondilan me ya lonko abe korsuro kelale ani be labulo landilale me ya lonko ba sambala na député bombara pour ce korsuro ka kalan labulo men me ya lonko wolel be giber kala ni na rekorda wa fo la Gambia iko ni nata nyi fanala nyi akelo molka register kelo ko dron ko ni mobala biti ko londla iko ima luwa baraka man traje me alon ko asikrosirol ke pour ka je ko luwa lu satina men be wafro nyi ke kan e war men be sandro nyi ke kan e kana boy wara munasi kantandino e kibar bonna men safe wala mo fore ala newspaper de bado ngi dem kibaro de men frata me tamena ka futa dalma nabe tata ko ma solo no la ninga fa ma fo kun saunda al salona harmadi ana so damal mo annal badi malam maram dol ka kiyam samba fulani mbara fanyatondo.
Thank you, listeners. That was the end of tonight's news review and commentary from the Mamos team. From my co-hosts NENEH, Lamin Marong, Serpa Asanbajan, and Suleiman Dabo, I'm your host Rohi Kanatige. Also, thank you to our news editor Lamin Sanyang, Mohamed El Boyang, news reporter, and Sapa Asanbajan for some of our news review feature today. Thank you, listeners. Once again, we'll say on that note, good night. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Thank you, listeners. That was the end.
Mamos media, atele nada modu be alafu Mamos. Mamos media, wale nada modu be alafu Mamos. Television on the radio la Carola, nyule daraja tabi, molka nyule winning. Multimedia, Africa, and in diaspora. Atele nada modu be alafu Mamos. Mamos media.